we'll begin with the topic. So what is the tense? It is a form of verb that represents the time. Okay, so what it is a form of verb that represents the time at which the actions occur. What do you mean by that? It's like it represents whether the action has completed in the past time, or it is continuing in the present time, or it's going to happen in the coming time, that is in the future. Okay, so basically a tense is nothing but a form of verb that represents the time. Okay, whether it is a present tense or a past tense or a future tense. Okay, for example, if you consider the first example, like it is raining now, what it is representing? It is representing an action that is continuing in the present time. Okay, so we can assign this as present tense. Okay, now if we take the second one, Sita was upset yesterday. So it is telling us something about the thing that has already completed in the past time. Okay, yesterday, right? So it represents the past tense. Now the third one, my cousin will come here tomorrow. So it is telling us something that is going to happen in the future time, tomorrow. Tomorrow means the time that is going to come. Okay, so it represents the future tense. Okay, so tense is nothing but a form of verb that represents the time at which the actions are taking place, whether it is taking place in the present time, or it has been completed in the past time, or it is going to take place in the future time. Okay, so based on that, we have classified tenses into three main types. Okay, so what are those three main types? Past tense, present tense, and future tense. Okay, so past tense means it represents the action that has already completed in the past time. And present tense, it represents the actions that are continuing in the present time. And future tense, it represents the action that is going to take place in the future time. Okay, so basically tense are nothing but a form of verb that represents the time of action. Okay, so based on that, we have classified these tenses into three main types. Okay, present tense, past tense, and future tense. Okay, and again, each of these main three types are classified into four subtypes. Okay, so if you take in the past tense, you are going to have these four subtypes, like simple tense, and then continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. Okay, if you take past tense, then we can have four types in past tense, like simple past tense. Okay, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. Likewise, if you consider the present tense, in present tense also you are going to have these four subtypes, like simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. And also for the future tense, you're going to have all these four subtypes, like simple future tense, okay, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, understood everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes,
let's begin with the present tense and each of its type in the present tense. Okay, so for your grade 4 and 5, we'll take first three types. Okay, you're going to learn about the first three types of tenses in each category. Okay, like in present tense, we are going to learn about simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect tense. Okay, so let's start with the simple present tense. So what is simple present tense? What it is used to indicate? Yes, it is used to indicate the actions happening on the regular basis, and they are the true facts. Okay, for example, the sun sets in the west. Okay, it is a universal fact. This is a thing that is going to happen, right, every day. And also it represents the things that are happening on the regular basis, like she takes bath every day. Okay, I go for a walk every day, like that. Okay, so simple present tense basically is used to indicate the actions happening on the regular basis, and they are the true facts, universal facts. Okay, and also to indicate the likes and dislikes, like I like chocolate. So that should be represented in the simple present tense. Got it, everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
now you know when to use. Okay, that's good. So now you know what is the simple present tense and when you have to use it, right? When the things are happening on the regular basis and to represent the universal facts, right? So now what is the structure that you have to follow to build a sentence in simple present tense? Okay, like how you have a formula to solve a particular problem in math. Likewise, you have a structure to build a sentence in simple present tense. Okay, so what is the structure for simple present tense? It is like subject. Okay, this S stands for subject and first form of verb. You know, we have three forms of verb, right? V1, V2 and V3. Yes or no? Like if
Excuse
you
me,
take an
ma'am?
example
Yes,
like
ma'am.
eat, ate and eaten. These are the three different forms of this verb eat. Yes, this is called as V1, V2 and V3. Got it?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, V1 can be also classified as base form of the verb.
Which form of the verb? Basic form of the verb. Yes, original form of the verb you can call it as. Basic form of the verb you can call it as. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So now the structure for simple present tense is subject plus first form of verb. If suppose your subject, the thing that you're talking about is called as subject, right? So if your subject is singular, okay, if your subject is singular, then your structure is like subject plus first form of verb. Then you have to put s, or sometimes you need to put es. Okay, likewise the structure becomes subject plus verb es or es. Okay, for example, she walks to the school daily. So she is our subject and that is singular and third person also, right? So in that case, what you have to do, you have to put s to the main verb, that is V1 form of verb. So what is the V1 form of verb here? It is walk. Yes or no? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
V1 is walk here. So what you have to do, if your subject is yes, if your subject is singular, then you have to attach s to your main verb, that is V1 verb. Okay, so she walks to the school daily. Okay, this is how you have to build your sentence in simple present tense. Okay, so now if your subject is plural, then in that case what we have to do, you need not put s to the V1 form of verb. You can simply use the V1 as it is. Okay, for example, they is plural, right? Here your subject is plural, they. So here you need not put s to the main verb. Okay, simply use the V1 form of verb as it is. Okay, they walk to the school daily. Got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is how you have to build a structure in simple present tense. Okay. And what I told you, when do we use the simple present tense? To represent the repeated habitual actions, like I go for a walk every day, I take bath every day, like that. Okay. And to represent the likes or dislikes, like I like chocolate, I like ice cream, I don't like like I don't like cricket, like that. Okay. And to represent the general truths and universal facts, like the sun sets in the west, right? They are universal facts. So to represent all these actions, you have to use simple present tense. Okay, clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's go to the next type of tense. Okay, that's good. So now let's learn about the present continuous tense. Okay, so what is the present continuous tense? It
Ma'am,
is,
Sana
yes,
ma'am, I think Praneeth has some doubt.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
Praneeth,
Praneeth.
please share your doubt.
Yes,
Unmute
Praneeth.
yourself.
Yes, Praneeth.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in the simple present tense.
Okay, what's your doubt?
Ma'am, like the things are that happening daily, like the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Yes, yes.
So like, ma'am, how can I explain?
Come on, speak out whatever you think about. Yeah.
So, ma'am, the universal truths or the real facts that happens on regular or daily basis. So
Yes.
they are also in the category of simple present tense.
Yes, they fall in the category of simple present tense. Whatever actions they are occurring on the regular basis. And if you are representing your likes, dislikes, they also come under simple present tense. And the universal facts that are happening on the regular basis. Like no one can deny the fact. Okay, all those universal facts should also be represented using simple present tense. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Any other doubts from anybody else?
No
No?
doubt, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move to the next one. So simple present continuous tense. So when do we use this present continuous tense? Okay, first of all, what does it indicate? It indicates the continuation of an action in the present time. Okay, like present continuous, right? So it represents the actions that are continuing in the present time. Okay, like I'm singing a song. Okay, like she is taking bath now. The birds are flying in the sky. So all these are representing the actions that are happening in the present time, that are continuing in the present time. Okay, got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now how do we build the sentence in present continuous tense? What is the structure for that? Okay, so for that we have the structure like subject plus am, is or are as helping verbs plus verb, that is the basic form of verb, or you can call it as V1 form of verb, plus ing attached to it. Okay, so what is the structure? Subject plus am or is or are. You have to use these helping verbs. Okay, plus main verb plus ing form. Okay, if your subject is singular, then your subject is like then your structure is like subject plus is or am. Okay, for singular subject you'll definitely use is and am, not are, right? And then the verb in the original form or in the basic form plus ing attached to the main verb. Okay, for example, she is singing a song, so she is our subject, right? And then as this subject is singular and third person, you can use is as your helping verb, and the main verb is sing, and you have to put ing as it is continuous tense. Always remember, whether it be a past continuous tense, future continuous tense, or present continuous tense. Okay, when you come across the word continuous, you have to put ing to your main verb. Okay, so sing plus ing, that is singing. Okay, so she is singing a song, she is doing her homework, like that. Okay, and if your subject is plural, then the structure is like subject plus are. Okay, so see here, notice this one. If your subject is plural, you have to use helping verb as are, not is or am. Okay, that is for singular, this is for plural. Subject plus are plus verb and then ing form. Okay, for example, they are singing a song, so our subject here is plural, they. Okay, so we are using helping verb as are, and then verb is sing. As it is a continuous tense, you have to use ing with this main verb, so singing. Okay, they are singing a song. Clear, everyone? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, so now let's move to the next one then. Okay, so the third type is present perfect tense. Okay, so now what is this present perfect tense? What does it indicate? Yes, it indicates the beginning of an action in the past and its completion in the present time. If suppose you have started an action in the past time, some while ago in your past, and you have completed that action in your present time, okay, then those actions are represented using present perfect tense. Like I have finished my homework just now. Okay, I have completed my project just now. So you have started your project some while ago in the past, but you have finished, you have completed that in your present time. Okay, so those actions are represented using present perfect tense. Okay, for example, she has completed her project. It means this is the action that is completed in the present time. Okay, don't get confused. Like action is completed, so that should be represented in the past tense. But no, yes, yes.
Ma'am, it means that it has been just now.
Yeah, just completed actions. Okay, just
Okay.
completed actions. Okay, you started that some while ago in the past, like 20 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, but you have finished that in the present time, just finished. Okay, those actions are represented using present perfect tense. If suppose somebody has asked you, have you finished your lunch box? You say, yes, I have just finished my lunch. I have just finished my dinner. Okay, like that. Understood, everyone? And how do we recognize any tense as perfect? When you have these words like has or have. Okay, when you come across the word perfect, it is recognized using the helping verbs has or have. When you have this has or have simply with the third form of verb, then those represent the present perfect tense. Okay, so for example, she has completed her project. You have has here. And completed, this is V3 form of verb, right? Complete, completed, completed. Okay, and he has finished his homework just now. Again, you have has. Okay, if you are using first person, like I have completed my project, then there you'll use have. Okay, so basically when you have has or have in your tense, then you can categorize that into the present perfect tense. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so now, oh, okay, that's good. So now let's see what is the structure of this present perfect tense. Okay, so our structure for present perfect tense is subject plus has or have, depending upon whether your subject is singular, third person, first person, you have to use has or have. Okay, that I'll explain you in the coming in the below line. Okay, and along with that you have to use in the third form of verb. Okay, past participle form of verb, that is third form of verb. Okay, so let us see. If your subject is singular, then your subject, then your structure is like subject plus has or have plus third form of verb. Okay, if your subject is singular and third person, he, she, it, they all fall under third person, right? So for that we use has. Okay, so she has walked to the school. So she is our subject, has is our helping verb that is representing the perfect tense, and third form of verb, walk, walk, walked, right? That is third form of verb. Okay, and if your subject is singular and first person, for example I, you can't use has with I. Okay, you have to use have with I for first person. I have walked to the school. Okay, understood, everyone? I is our subject, have is our helping verb, walked is our third form of verb. And likewise, if your subject is plural, then what is the subject? What is the structure? It is like subject plus have plus third form of verb. Okay, so they have walked to the school. So our subject is plural here. They is plural, right? So we have to use have with that. When you have to use have, when your subject is singular first person and when your subject is plural, then in both the cases you have to use have as your helping verb. Okay, and third form of verb, like they have walked to the school. Okay, following your structure. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody.
Ma'am,
Any doubts from anybody?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell
can
me.
you explain this topic
ma'am.
again?
Again, you want? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, present perfect tense, when do we use to represent the actions that have completed recently in the present time? Okay. Like I have completed my homework just now. I have taken bath just now. I have sung a song just now, like that. Understood? Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
ग्रामर शिकवू
Now,
लागले
let's move to the next type of tense, that is past tense. So as I've told you, in again past tense, you are going to have 4 subtypes. Simple past
Sana
tense.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think Priyank has a doubt. He has raised his hand.
Okay,
Yes,
Priyank. Yes, Priyank. Tell me.
Ma'am, you have cleared my doubt.
I have cleared. Okay. Shall we go to the next topic, next tense? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So our next type is past tense. So in again past tense, we are going to have 4 subtypes. Okay, like simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. Okay. So we are going to learn about the first 3 types of this past tense. Okay. So let's begin with the simple past tense. So as I've told you, we are having 4 subtypes. Okay. So for our grade like 4 and 5, we are going to learn about the first 3 types. Okay. So yes, simple past tense. So what does it indicate now? So it basically represents the actions that were completed in the past time. Okay, so don't get confused between the present perfect tense and simple past tense. Though both of them are representing the actions that were completed, but these simple past tense indicate the actions that were completed in the past long time ago. Okay, got it, everybody? Like yesterday, last Friday, last year, like that. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Please repeat again.
Repeat it again. Okay. So basically, present perfect tense is also indicating the actions that were completed, right? And the simple present, the past tense is also representing the actions that were completed. Okay. But the difference between both of them is the present perfect tense is indicating the actions that were recently completed in the present time. Okay. Whereas the simple past tense indicates. I'm not audible? Yes, to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Sometimes your voice is cutting.
Okay, it's breaking. Okay.
Yes. No,
Okay.
ma'am, your voice is not breaking. Your voice is
Okay,
clear.
okay. So yeah, now let's continue this one. So simple past tense indicates the actions that were completed long back ago in past time. For example, he completed his homework yesterday, not recently, yesterday. Okay, she took bath yesterday. I have completed my project last year, like that. Okay, understood, everyone?
Ma'am, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let us see what is the structure for this simple past tense. Okay, so for this, the structure is like subject plus second form of verb. Okay, so in the present tense, what we were using V1 form of verb, right? But here in simple past tense, we have to use second form of verb. Like I've told you, eat, eaten, right? These are the three form of verb.
Ma'am,
Okay,
your voice
so in the
is
simple
breaking.
past tense, we'll be using. Again, it's
Ma'am,
breaking.
your voice is
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll check from my end. Okay, now how is it? Is it breaking again?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
No?
ma'am,
Okay.
can you repeat this again because your voice is breaking?
Okay, so simple past tense is used to indicate the actions that were completed long back in past time. Okay, and for that, what is the structure? It is subject plus second form of verb. Okay, you have to use V2 form of verb in the simple past tense. Okay, I'm not audible.
You're audible.
I'm audible. Okay, when your subject is singular, then what is the structure? It is same as subject plus second form of verb. Okay, for example, she went to school yesterday. So she is our subject. Went is the second form of verb we are using here. Okay, she went to school yesterday. So it is representing an action that is completed yesterday. Okay, and if your subject is plural, then also we are having the same structure, subject plus V2 form of verb. Like they went to school yesterday. Okay, they are exactly following the structure that we have taken for simple past tense, isn't it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is about the simple past tense. Okay, clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so now let's move to the next tense, that is past continuous tense. So now what is this past continuous tense? It is very easy. Yes, it represents the actions that were continuing at that point of time in past. Okay, for example, like that were continuing at that time in past. Okay, like he was completing his homework yesterday when I visited him. Okay, you're talking about the action that was taking place at that time, that was continuing at that time when you visited him. Okay, he was completing his homework yesterday when I visited him. She was taking bath when I made a call to her. So at that point in the past time, we are using this past continuous tense to represent that particular action. Okay, clear, everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's see what is the structure for this. Okay, so for that we have the structure like subject plus was or were as your helping verb plus main verb in the basic form plus ing attached to this original form of main verb. Okay. And when your subject is singular, then the structure is like subject plus was. Okay, we have was or were as helping verb. When your subject is singular, you have to use the helping verb as was, not were. Okay, plus main verb in first form and then ing attached to it. Okay, for example, she was singing a song yesterday at that time. Okay, so she is our subject. As it is singular, we have to use was as the helping verb. And then verb is sing and we are putting ing as it is a continuous tense. Okay, so she was singing a song yesterday at that time. Now, when your subject is plural, then you have to use the structure as subject plus were. Okay, when your subject is plural, you have to use were as your helping verb. Okay, plus main form of verb in basic form plus ing attached to it. For example, they were singing a song yesterday at that time. Okay, so they is our plural subject. So we have to use were as our helping verb plus main verb sing with ing attached to it because it is a continuous tense. Okay, so they were singing a song yesterday at that time. Understood, everyone? Yeah, any doubt in this past continuous tense?
Understood.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So now let's move to the past perfect tense. Okay, the third type of tense in the past tense, that is past perfect tense. So what does it indicate now? Okay, so it indicates the actions, the completion of an actions prior to another past action. What do you mean by that? It's like two actions were taking place in the past time. Okay, and the first action will be represented by using past perfect tense. For example, you'll understand it better if we take this example. Okay, like he had completed his homework. So this is one action. And he went to bed is the another action. Okay, so what this past perfect tense is indicating, it indicates the completion of an action. Prior means before another past action. So here he had completed his homework is our first action that is completed before the second action. Okay, he has first completed his homework and then he went to bed. Okay, so this should be represented using past perfect tense. Okay, he had completed his homework before he went to bed. Understood, everybody? Any confusion?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Everybody? Nobody? Okay.
No,
So now,
doubt.
okay.
Ma'am, can you explain past perfect tense definition again? Because I didn't understand.
Okay. So past perfect tense, it indicates the completion of an action. Okay. So basically perfect tense, what it is doing, it is indicating the completion of an action, right? But past perfect tense, what it does, it indicates the completion of action. Prior means before another past action. It means you are going to have two actions in the past time that were taking place in the past time. Okay. So the first action should be indicated using this past perfect tense. Okay, two actions.
Ma'am means both sentences are in past tense.
Yeah, both will be in the past. Both actions will be in the past tense only. Okay, the first action will be represented using past perfect tense. Okay, like here, he had completed his homework before going to bed. Before he went to bed. Okay. Understood? Okay. Clear to everybody? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's see what is it. Okay, let's see the structure for this past perfect tense. Okay, so the structure is like subject plus had. Okay, when it is about perfect tense, you must have had in your tense. If it is a present perfect tense, you should have has or have. When it is past perfect tense, you should have had in your tense. Okay, so subject plus had plus V3 form of verb. Always remember, with perfect tense, you have to use third form of verb. Okay, so when your subject is singular, then your structure is like subject plus had plus third form of verb. Okay, so let us see how this is going. She had gone to school after completing her homework yesterday. So here also we are having two actions that were completed in the past. So the first action should be represented using past perfect tense. That is, you have to use had in your first completed action. Okay, she had gone to school. So gone is your V3 form of verb. Okay, so she is our subject, had is our helping verb, and V3 form of verb is gone. Okay, so this action is completed first. So that should be written in the past perfect tense. Okay. Now, when your subject is plural, then again your structure remains the same, like subject plus had plus third form of verb. Okay. For example, they had walked to the school after finishing their breakfast yesterday. Okay. So this is the first action. So that should be represented using had. That means past perfect tense. Okay. Clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody,
Yes,
any doubts from anybody? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's move to the third type of tense, that is future tense. This is very interesting. Okay. Future tense means definitely it is going to represent the action that are going to happen in the future time, like tomorrow, coming week, like that. Okay. So again, in this, we are going to have four types, subtypes you can call it as. Okay. Simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. But we are going to learn the first three types today. Okay. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect. Okay, these three we are going to learn today. So now, what is simple future tense? What does it indicate? Yes, it indicates the actions that are going to take place in the future. Like I will do this activity today, tomorrow. Okay, like I will sing a song tomorrow. I will make a dish tomorrow. I will cook this particular recipe tomorrow, like that. Okay, so it indicates the actions that are going to take place in the future time. Like he will complete his homework tomorrow. She will sing a song tomorrow. And basically, how will you recognize the future tense? It's going to have will in the sentence. When you have will as your helping verb in the sentence, then simply you have to understand that it is a future tense. Okay, this is the main thing about the future tense. When you have will in your sentence, then it definitely represents the future tense. Clear, everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
okay. So now let's see the structure of this simple future tense. Okay. So what is the structure for this simple future tense? It is very, very easy. Okay. Subject plus will. What I've told you, will represents the future tense. So definitely you should have will in all the tenses of future tense. Okay. So subject plus will plus first form of verb. Okay. So now when your subject is singular, then the structure is subject plus will plus first form of verb. Like she will go to school tomorrow. Okay, so it is representing the action that is that's going to happen in the future. That is tomorrow, right? So she is our subject, will is our helping verb, and go is our first form of verb. Okay. Now, when your subject is plural, then the structure is like subject plus will plus first form of verbs, as it is when what we have it for singular subject. Okay. So they will go to school tomorrow. So they is our subject, will is our helping verb, and go is the first form of verb. Clear, everybody? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's go to the second type of tense. Okay. Future continuous tense. So again, this is very simple. Okay. What it indicates? It indicates the actions that will continue in the future for an expected period of time. Okay. They are going to continue in the future for some expected period of time, some small amount, like some period of time in the future. Okay. For example, he will be completing his homework tomorrow. Okay. When? Tomorrow. She will be visiting us next week. When? Next week. That means in the future time. Okay. Clear, everybody? The actions that will continue in the future time.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you explain again?
Okay. So future continuous tense. As the name indicates, future, it's definitely going to represent the action that is going to happen in the future. And continuous means the actions that will continue in the future time. Okay. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's see the structure for this future continuous tense. So what is the structure for this one? Subject plus will plus be plus verb in the basic form, that is V1 form, and then ing attached to this basic form of main verb. Okay, when your subject is singular, then the structure is subject plus will plus be plus verb plus ing. Okay, let us see this one. She will be going to school tomorrow. So it is definitely representing the future tense, right? And that is going to happen. That is going to continue in the future time. That is tomorrow. Okay. So she will be going to school tomorrow is our future continuous tense. Now, when your subject is plural, then again you are having the same structure. Subject plus will plus be, verb and ing form. Okay, they will be going to school tomorrow. Okay, so they is our plural verb. Subject, will is our helping verb, be and V1 form of verb, and then ing as it is our continuous tense. Okay, clear everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am, clear.
okay, so now let's move to the last one, that is future perfect tense. Okay, so now what does this indicate? The future yes.
Ma'am, what is helping verb?
Okay, helping verbs like that helps us to complete the sentence. If I say I eat banana, okay, I eating banana. If I write this sentence, does it make sense? Is it giving a complete meaning? No, right? If I say I am eating a banana, so I'm using am here. So this is helping verb that helps you to complete the sentence. Okay? That is used with main verb. Like eat is your main verb. But if simply you say I eating banana, then it is not making sense, right? It's not making the sentence complete. If you use am, then that makes a complete meaning to the given sentence. Okay? So they are called as helping verbs. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now future perfect tense. What is a future perfect tense? It indicates the completion of action within particular time frame. It means within a particular time limit that actions are going to be completed in the future time. Again, perfect means what I told you, it represents the completion of an action. Okay, so it represents the completion of an action within particular time frame. You will be having time boundary, time limit. Okay, and that too in the future time. Okay, you'll understand it if you see these examples. Okay, like he will have completed, okay, he will have completed his homework by the next week. It means the action has not completed yet. It's going to be completed in the future time, that is next week. Okay, so it represents the actions that are going to be completed in the future time within the given time frame, like next week. She will have eaten her breakfast by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again, it is representing the action that will be completed in the future in the given time frame, like 7 a.m. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So clear to everybody? Yes?
Ma'am, can you tell this again?
Again, you want, okay. So basically, perfect tense means it represents the completion of action. Okay. So future perfect tense means it represents the completion of actions in the future time. That too, within what time of future? Okay. Within what time limit of future? Okay. So those actions are represented using future perfect tense. Like I will be completing, like I will have completed my homework by tomorrow or by next week or by next month, like that. Okay. Those are not completed, but they are going to be completed in the future time. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Clear to everybody?
Ma'am,
Yes.
can we say he will complete his homework by the next week?
She will complete by, no, it should be either in the simple future tense or it should be either in the future perfect tense. If you are using only will, okay, she will complete his homework next week, then that comes under future, simple future tense. If you are using have, then that will be like that should be written in the future perfect tense. Okay,
Yes.
like he will have completed by next week, then that comes under future perfect tense. Got
Okay,
it?
ma'am.
There is
Yes,
a difference. Okay. So now let us see the structure for this one. Okay. So what is the structure? It is like subject plus will, as it is perfect future tense. You will definitely going to have this helping verb will, and then have again one more helping verb plus third form of verb. Okay. So when your subject is singular, then your subject structure is like subject plus will plus have plus third form of verb. Okay. For example, she will have gone to school by now tomorrow. You're going to talk about an action that is going to take place in the future, that's going to be completed in the future time. Okay. So she is our subject, will is our helping verb, have, it is representing the perfect tense plus third form of verb. Okay. Now, if your subject is plural, then then the structure is like subject plus, definitely it should have will, otherwise it will not come under future tense. Okay. Subject plus will plus have plus third form of verb, like they will have visited the hotel once. Okay. So they is our subject, will is our helping verb, that is representing the future tense. Have is our helping verb, that is representing the perfect tense, and then visited is our third form of verb. Clear, everybody?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is about the future tense. Okay. So if we take all the tenses in the form of table, here you have all the tenses in all the types of tenses. Okay. For example, let us see only one sentence. Like, let's talk about this subject Sita, what she is doing in the past, present, and future tense. And let us see. Okay. Let us see this sentence in each of the tenses, like simple past tense, simple present tense, simple future tense. Okay. So if you consider the simple past tense, so Sita drank water. Sita subject, V2 form of verb, drink, drank, right? So this is water. Sita drank water. So it falls under simple past tense. Okay. For the simple present tense, Sita drinks water. Okay. And this is the first form of verb. And as Sita is our singular subject, we are putting S to the main verb. Okay. And then simple future tense. So you should definitely have will in your sentence, right? Sita will drink water. Okay. Now, if you consider the past continuous tense, then Sita was drinking water. For the present continuous tense, Sita is drinking water. Future continuous tense, Sita will be drinking water. Okay. Now, for the past perfect tense, Sita had drunk water. Present perfect tense, Sita has drunk water. Okay, this is the only main structure we have taken it as. Okay, this is not the complete thing, just an overview, like how you are following the subject for each and every tense. Okay, this is not the complete thing, but an overview of the main structures. Okay, so Sita had drunk water represents the past perfect tense, and then Sita has drunk water. This is present perfect tense. Sita will have drunk water. Okay, this is our future perfect tense. Okay, so this is not for us, this is for higher grades. Okay, so is this clear to everybody? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Clear to everybody? Okay. Okay, students.